is how we country down in the boondocks. This is how we country out in the sticks. Bonfires, mud tires, cowgirls, and cold beer. This is how we country, how we do this. Yeah, it's time to get your country on. Moving that dirt till it hurts, strike payday. Cash that check in a one-horse town. Punching that clock non-stop till the weekend. I sip the beer, throw the tailgates down.
Alright, welcome back everybody. Good morning. It's the next day after we set those predator traps and the dog proofs down here and the 2 beaver traps. It did rain last night pretty significantly, not, you know, a ton, but it did rain, and the wind was brutal last night, so I would be very surprised if anything moved. However, we'll go down in here and we'll take a look, and I'm gonna go all the way down past these beaver sets to the end and check the predator sets first, and then we'll check the coon cuffs down there, and then we'll come back up and check the beaver sets. But I'm hoping while I'm down here, and hopefully it won't be another 25, 30, 35 minute video. I know people are getting sick of watching, you know, my average watch time is only like 30 minutes. So people apparently don't like me that much, but that's all right. The people that are actually watching, I'm hoping that they're getting something out of it, and that's what it's for. So if I can help one person, it's worthwhile. So anyway, got that dam down here I was telling you guys is completely exposed out of the water. That it's kind of cool. You don't get to see stuff like that all the time. So get a good look at that for you guys, and show you some of the stuff down there. Hopefully you guys enjoy. Well, I can see that hedgerow, and I can see that it doesn't look like there's anything in that foothold up there, so I don't know if I want to go up there and check it out and disturb it or not. I may just walk up close enough to see if anything got into it. Fox or something might have dug. I put them in kind of quick last night because, like I said, my son called me panicking. Couldn't get in the house. So I was kind of rushing. And didn't help that I forgot my sifter at the house and everything else. So, and I can see that one down there. I don't see anything or any kind of disturbance on that either. Excuse me. And we are coming up to the trail that has the dog proofs in them. All the coon tracks out in this field, if they moved. Like I said, that wind was nasty, brutal last night. With all the corn, or all the coon tracks out here, if they moved last night, we should at least have a coon, if not doubles. Just a matter of whether they actually moved and traveled these trails or not last night. Not first glance here. No, I can see that dog proof. There's nothing there. So on this trail, you see that dog proof right there with nothing. Trail goes through there. Get to this other one. Just take a peek. Yeah, oh yeah. Yep, look at that. We got a coon. By the looks of things, it's a little bit reddish colored, but still we can take a look. Oh, hello there. Hi there. Good looking coon. Nice and healthy anyways. Doesn't look like it has any issues other than it's red a little bit. It's not a big deal. Not sure if I'm going to sell these guys or if I'm going to turn them into wall hangers or what I'm going to do yet. We'll see. He's that dog proof held him pretty good. He made a whoops, we'll back out here a little bit. Made a pretty decent little catch circle. But as most of you know, that doesn't really bother coons any. So I'll go take care of him, go back up and get the bait, rebait this one and reset it. And yeah, we'll go. We did starting out today better than we did yesterday. We were totally skunked yesterday, 100%. So any critter is better than no critter. But we'll take care of him and I'll get right back to you. All right, so yeah, checked our anchor system, made sure everything's good. This burn circle here, this ain't gonna bother coons at all. Right back in our trail right here, we got our dog proof put back up with new bait in it. And the trail down through to the other one just before it goes out into the cornfield. That one's still set and good. I checked the bait. It's not as soggy as I thought it was, so it must have stopped raining at some point and was just real windy. But obviously we had one coon move. I'm sure more moved, and I just not on this particular trail. As I said, there is a den back there that I found. So I knew there was, especially with this trail being as beat as it is. But my old timer's kicking in. I've got arthritis and carpal tunnel in both my hands, and these brand new Duke dog proofs, I can't set them by hand. I can, but it's 1.5 feet, so it's easier for me just to use a setter, which is fine because once my youngest son starts trapping, he's going next year for his course, and he's going to start with me. It's easier for him to set them using the setter. So that's fine. Anyway, there's our coon. It's not as big as the other one that I got on the foothold drowner, but it's a coon and it's a start. I don't see anything. Like I said, I just checked this lower of that dark spot to the dark spot right there is where that it's kind of like a walk-through type dirt hole. Nothing's disturbed that at all. I didn't get close enough to it to really mess with it. I just got close enough to see if there was any tracks around it. We got to go up there and take a quick peek at that one within a certain whatever distance, see if anything got into that, and then go check our 2 beaver traps. But I really want to go down there and show you guys that dam. That dam's pretty cool, so hang in there. All right, don't mind me guys, it was cold this morning. I got a case of this sniffleitis is going on here. And we're up on this upper dirt hole, kind of a step down. Yep, right there. Looks like I got robbed by something. I'm not sure what it was. I'll leave that side alone for now. I'll have to come back with some more bait. So I had this dirt hole here, which is next to the railroad tracks. Down there on the riverside, I've got almost directly across from us, there's that set that I showed you guys there. And I'd like to go way down on the other end and set 2 more down there, which we may do here at some point, but not right this second. I know there's coyotes in here. Pretty sure there's fox. I'm almost positive that's what just stole my bait out of there. Again, it's because it's my own fault. I didn't bring the right tools to effectively make sure that dirt hole was deep enough. So it's not really surprising that I got robbed. I don't know. It very well could have been a raccoon, but judging by the size of the track and the way it came into that set, I would say it was a fox. But anyway, let's run down here. I want to show you this dam real quick. All right, y'all. So I've been doing a lot of saying the first part of this season, the if you were following me last spring type. But that's because all the properties that I started on this fall were all properties that I trapped last spring. Now you take a look at this, okay? And I know you can't tell how deep that is, but I guarantee you I'm standing every bit from here to where that water is. I'm standing every bit of 10, if not 12 feet above the water line. Right here is one of the runs that I had set with a 330, and that's 8.5 feet down to the water. And this part of the run that comes up and wraps around this little bundle of trees right here is one that I had a foothold set on because there was otter tracks in here, but the otter never came back through before the season ended. So this is not something that you get to see all the time, so I really wanted to kind of highlight it for you guys. Now you look down in there, look at that. That's all stuff from muskrat and whatnot. Okay, and then there's the dam. Again, I wish I had somebody here to stand down in there, show you guys the scale of this thing. All right, that's the dam that the water was running clear over the top of. All right, it was all the way up to here, and we had sets down there that we were catching beaver on right up top, because that was the water line. Okay, it's insane that you get to see something like this completely out of the water. It's like watching a ship come out and going on to dry dock, you know? It's not something you see all the time. I know if you live down in those kind of areas you do, but I mean, here's that dam. We're standing on it. From there to there is every bit of 10 feet. Drops down about 5 feet, and then it tapers, goes down about another 3.5 feet that way. From the top of that down to that water is probably 6.5, 7 feet. Okay, I mean, it's pretty cool to see completely out of the water how these guys engineer this stuff. And of course you got the flow of the river, and it's constantly packing the sediment and whatever up against everything that they put in here. So I mean, the engineering is just amazing with these guys. And if you stand on this dam and look, you can see that old tree had rotted off, and the current finally took most of it, but there's still part of it sticking out through there. Look at the muskrats. Whoop, they just went down. Look at the muskrats out there. Well, they're still here. They're not happy that I'm here right now. But anyway, back to the point of the video. They had another dam built up here where all these rocks and stuff were, where they had cut back into the bank. The water had cut back into the bank. I mean, you can see how deep that cut is. From right here to right there is about 12 feet. And that muskrat's gonna come up and whoop my butt. He's not happy that I'm here. Look at him. Look at that guy. Hey, buddy. You mad at me? Huh? I'm invading? Where are we going? We got a den in here? I'm gonna have to come check you out here in a little bit. Where'd you go? There you are. Hi. Anyway, back to what I was trying to show you. Now we're standing on the side where all the muskrat diggings and whatnot were. You look back on the other side, big old beaver den, bank den, and down there is another one right there. So I'll see if I can get without slipping in this muck and mud and breaking my neck or drowning, I'll go down here and see if we can get you a look. I mean, there's deer going through here now. It's basically dry ground. But look at all the, I don't know if that will come out the camera, look at all the coon tracks in here. I'm definitely gonna have to bring my other dog-proof, a couple of dog-proofs down here. But yeah, muskrats, 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 muskrats. Holy coon tracks, look at them all. That's just a highway. coon tracks. I definitely got to get down in here. But I'm trying to get over here. Look at this. Take a look at that. Get up here. That thing goes up in there. Who knows how far up into that embankment. I mean, it's crazy. And that's a perfect size run for a 330. If I'd have known that was there for sure, but I did have one there and I ended up catching a couple beaver right there. But if I'd have known for sure that run was there, I would have definitely thrown an H stand in there. Let's go see if we can not hit a quicksand spot and sink down and be stuck. But I mean, muskrat, muskrat, muskrat. You talk about undercuts and bottom edge sets. Look at this. You know, this was just so freaking deep. Couldn't do anything with it. There's a huge. This one's 1.5 times as wide. But look at that. That was a hard, solid bottom, squared off run all the way up into that den. Who knows again how far that goes up in there. You know, they were just deep. But anyway, I figured some of you guys that have never been able to have an opportunity to see anything like this, I know down south and out west, or whatever you want to call it, where you guys can actually, I know some people can actually blow dams and, or take excavators and dig them out and whatever. We can't do that here. This one being dry, the farmer by law can actually come in here and take this because he's not going to sediment up the water. They're worried about the trout and sedimenting up the water and killing the trout off. Supposedly. Definitely going to have to come back in after these rats. There's a couple really big, nice rats in here, so but they're worried about that. But he could legally come in here and take this down just to the water level and get rid of this, get rid of that down there, get rid of the bank or the dam down here, which used to be river bottom, which and now can turn into a dam very easily if they wanted to, because eventually the water level is going to go back up, kind of, at least to where it's supposed to be, and we're going to have a problem when that happens. So again, I don't want to waste any of your guys' time. I just wanted to show you guys something different that you don't get to see all the time, or at least I haven't seen it all the time. I don't see very many people showing it. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. And that's a really cool high and dry dam to be able to see the whole thing in full scale, you know. I thought it was cool. I figured you guys might. Anyway, let's go check our beaver sets. One more thing I wanted to tell you guys about these. Trying to put dirt holes in up here, especially in this area on these cornfields. They come in and they till them and they plow them and they do everything, whatever, turn them and whatnot. I'm gonna take that corn with me. That's gonna be bait. It's bony. It's rock. It's like basically like river bottom. So trying to put holes in solid is very difficult. Even if you dig an oversized hole, obviously, as most of you guys know, dig an oversized hole and you put loose soil back in there and you try to pack it in, you can never get it packed as tight as what the top of this ground is. I mean, the top of this ground, it's not clay, but it might as well be. When it dries and hardens up like it is, I mean, it's rock hard. So you're never gonna be able to get a set in as solid. I don't care who you are. I had those traps set in there so that I could put most of my weight on them, and they didn't move. But that took me quite a long time, and you know, it's not easy to do. Whereas most of the time, you go to an area that's got decent soil, you can throw a dirt hole set in or a trench set or something like that in a matter of a couple minutes. Here, it's so bony that it's hard to do that. But anyway, I just wanted to give you guys perspective. I mean, you can see there's rocks everywhere. And it's like that once you get down underneath the top layer of the soil. I mean, it's like that. They try to come in here and rake and take as many of the stuff out every year as possible, but they just keep tilling more and more and more and more and more up. I mean, I can show you back down there by that telephone pole where that set is, up against the railroad tracks, where they've been dumping the piles of rocks that they're taking out of here every year, and it's a never-ending battle. So anyway, all right, let's go check this big ass run. I'm really hoping we got a big one here. Take anything at this point, but like I said, with that chewing being over knee high, there's a monster in here somewhere. It's not like they're going to be using step stools. Of course, like I said, the wind was bad last night, so they may not even have moved. Come down here and take a look. And well, looks like the trap's still there set. Let's see if we got any activity. Trap's still set. No fresh tracks down there. Raging beaver lure is still doing its thing, so leave that one. And we will go down by that other dam by the hut where I set the other 330 and take a look at that. Well, I got halfway across this field. I talked myself into going back and grabbing my setter just in case, because it's not that I can't take beaver out of 330 by hand anymore. It's just that I'd like to be able to use my hands later. So walked my butt back and got my setters just in case. I doubt there's anything here, but the wind was in our favor last night. I think it was just too rough. Really too windy. Who knows? Let's go back. And yep, that trap is still set. Lure's still doing its thing, so we will leave that be for now. All right, guys. I'm going to take a look at the dam real quick. I don't think there's any place deep enough to get a drowner in. If there is, I may throw a drowner in while I'm here. If not, then I will see you on the next property. So these next 3 properties that we're going to, these are the ones that are aggravating me. Unfortunately, I'm going to probably end up having to pull out of there for a while. Come back. They said bring Willie or somebody with me, double down on it, really put the work into it. It's still really warm, even though it's right now it's 37. It was 32 this morning, but it's been in high 40s, low 50s. But before that, it's only been that way for about 2 days. Before that, it was 60, 70 degrees, and it was just terrible weather to have in November. Sweating, checking sets that you shouldn't be sweating on, and I'm hoping that's not a sign for another mild winter. We really need a hard winter to kill off some of these parasites and crap that's around. But anyway, we'll see you guys over there. Well, guys, you ain't gonna believe this. You might. It must be the day of the coons or something. Look at the freaking big ass coon that stuck its head in a Castor Mound 330 for beaver. That's the second one this season that I've caught. Of course, I guess it's because it's fall. I would have to chalk it up to the fact that it's fall and these guys aren't hibernating yet. That is the second coon in a beaver trap for me, literally in my life. That's just crazy. That's probably one of the biggest boars I've seen in Vermont for a while. There's a boar. Couldn't have asked for much of a better catch, other than to be right behind the head, but it caught him right on the shoulders, basically speaking. And he was done. He didn't even move the trap. So we'll get him out of here, get this remade, and hope for beaver. We're targeting beaver, but these beaver are smart. Anyway. All right, fellas, so or everybody should say, gotta be correct here. I got that 3:30 reset. That run over there I've had blocked off since I've been here. These beaver are under our game. They know what's up. They know what's what. And so they started reusing this run here, going around our sets. And you can see the fresh tracks right in there, down. And they're going right here. I'm going to leave everything as absolutely undisturbed. I'm going to throw a drowner out here, put a foothold right there, and leave it kind of like a blind set and just hope for the best, because we got to do something. These beaver are getting the better of me. There's nice runs on the other side as well. I may have to try to sneak over there with some 330s, but I'm going to throw a drowner in right here. I don't have a stand or anything with me, and my GoPro's still charging in the truck, being a pain. I got this little makeshift stick here. I'm going to try to set you guys up on with my phone, see if I can get this drowner set on camera, but give me a minute. I'll try to get set up here. Now, that was a little bit of a fiasco, but right in here is where we're going to set our drowner. Hopefully you guys can see that. Doing the best I can, guys. Just bear with me. I know you guys are not being able to see at the moment, but just stick with me. Well, we'll just let that water clear up for a second, and then I'll show you guys here. See if I can get you out of here. So, got the cable run out in the deep water, stake down in there. The trap is right here. There's about 2.5 inches of water over it. Should get either a front or a back foot, depending on how he comes in there. And we'll try that. Hopefully this will work. No lure, no scent, no nothing. We're just going to leave it as is. They're using it, so hopefully they keep using it. When the animals that you're after start going around you and start getting smart, start, you know, whatever, just read your sign. That run back there, we saw fresh tracks, it's mudded up. They've been up and down it in the last night. I threw that blind set in there on a hope and a prayer that they'll come up there. No lure, nothing to scare them, nothing to spook them. I left it exactly as it was, except the trap sitting there. And hopefully it's in the mud far enough. It's still gonna fire, but hopefully they'll not notice it. This run here, still undisturbed. They haven't started using that. So pay attention. If you're looking and you start seeing fresh opened up runs where they're going around, figure out what you can do. Just keep reading your signs. Figure out how to adjust and how to move and do whatever. This set is the set that was snapped off. There hasn't been anything in it since. Lure's still sitting there on the caster mount doing its thing. No fresh tracks, no nothing. So one time that trap snapped off and they haven't been back since. So I got to readjust that. And then we'll go down here and we'll check this one down here. All right, next rounder over. Trap's gone, sitting right there, snapped off, which normally would irritate the living bejesus out of me, thinking that I missed another beaver. However, look right there, that looks like either a coyote or a fox track. It doesn't look more like a coyote. It's pretty spread out. Another one right here. So my guess is he stepped in that trap, snapped it off. We're gonna pull it up and see if there's any fur or any kind of whatever in it, but unless I had a beaver in it and he took the beaver, but he would have had to took the whole thing right to the trap. So let's see what we got here. Try to pull this up on camera, I guess, so to speak. See what we got here. Yeah, ain't nothing in there. No fur, no nothing. So again, other critters messing me up here when I'm trying to get the beavers out of here. So I'll reset this one. I may go up and get some fresh lure because I only had the sticks drove in the ground here. I'm sure it's still working, but I may freshen it up just for the hell of it. Wind's wrong today, unfortunately, but we'll see. Well, guys, I got to keep my head on a swivel out here. Been at least one, if not two, black bear out here running around. Ran into one the other day, not good. Good thing he went the other way. All I got on me is a little 9mm pew pew, and anyway, better day, much better day. 2 boar coons, one is a big male. Persistence, as I was telling you, pays off. You let yourself get frustrated. I was standing in this exact spot talking about being frustrated and how you can't let it overcome you, and you keep thinking and keep just doing what you're doing, and eventually things will click. Well, this is where that foothold drowner was. All I did on where he had his run up in here, all I did was snap off a few popple branches, stick it there. I changed nothing else. Put the foothold right back where it was, and you can see right there, probably, maybe, possibly, beaver, the end of the drowner. So that's one of the trap smart beaver out of here. I can't tell how big it is from here. Could be a 2-year-old, could be an adult. Definitely not a kit. Get him pulled up, get a look at him, set this trap back in here, get out of here, and move on with the day. I got one more property to check, but I have no real hopes for that property as of right now. Well, I got him pulled up. It's a good size 2-year-old, he might be 3. You guys want to talk about getting lucky. Trap smart beaver, trap shy, whatever you want to call them, whatever your term is for them, are so freaking hard to catch when you can't use snares and stuff. You talk about getting lucky, look at this. Take a look at that. He'd have been gone. That beaver would have been gone. That's a fragment of a toe left in that trap. And the only reason that I got him is because he got so wrapped up in this crap, he couldn't pull that foot the rest of the way out. Sometimes you just get lucky. Mama said there'd be days like that too. Keep with it. Keep pushing. Eventually things will click. Don't give up. Like I said, it's not always necessarily that you're a bad trapper. It's not always necessarily that you're doing something wrong. Sometimes this is just the way it is. And the struggle is absolutely real. And here's the results when you keep just keeping on. Just keep doing anything you can. Think outside the box. And there's your results right there. Well, guys, as you can see, we're back home, and that's it for today. Appreciate you guys watching. I got to get my scale back out. I apparently put it away, and I got to find it again here. I'm pretty sure I know where it is. I just got to get it dug out and try to get a weight on that bigger coon, and hopefully we have some kind of luck tomorrow. It's cool out again tonight. I don't think there was any high winds in the forecast, so hopefully we have a good day tomorrow. It'd be nice to catch another one of those trap shy beaver, but you know, it is what it is. You gotta be thankful for what you get. So just remember, persistence pays off, and just keep working at it. Eventually, you know, things will happen for you. It's easy to get frustrated. You know, I can get frustrated about not catching, but the reality of it is, if I, you know, other than these trap smart ones, if I'm not catching animals in an area that I've trapped, that means I've done my job, realistically speaking. You know, most of my trapping is nuisance trapping, so you know, that just means the work that I'm putting in is paying off. So anyway, until next time, we'll be going out again tomorrow, and hopefully we got something to show you. God bless everybody. See you soon.